Thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Slam, slam, slam.
On second down, Eckler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
Here we go. Waiting. 54. Down to lose 1.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay, from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gay's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Ready.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Brees now to throw. He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Mike's ready. 5-8, 5-8. Watch the slap, watch the slap.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This is what the defense is going to look like for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready? Yellow waiting. I'm coming.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. On play action. Now Breeze. And caught by Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still 2nd down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here we go. 54. Mike, 54.
Running on first down, Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete to Williams. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
You're good, you're good. Ready.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Running with Kamara, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ready. Yellow lady. 59.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. Breeze. Ebron caught left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Kamara trying to right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
That's caught. It's Thomas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start the second half with Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Brees. Short little throw to Ebron. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run. It's Henry. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Brees now. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brees. His throw incomplete. Rashard Matthews the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Brees. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Brees now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brees looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down. Kamara. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Opposite. Situation, let's go.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Dorsett's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Draw play, it's Eckler. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready? Yellow 80. You're good. High 4, ready. Check 50, check 50.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Brees going to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Check, 59.
Into the red zone, it's Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one and another first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Brees. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Lucky. You know that's one that he would love to have back. That should have been picked off. Threw that one into a crowd. He's just so fortunate the defender couldn't react fast enough and get his hands up.
They come out here in the eye. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. The quick slant caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Hey, check.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. That's caught by Howard. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down. Wentz, that's into the hands of the tight end Leggett. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 7 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Wentz now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Wentz. And that's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a first down.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Wentz now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tight ends on the loosey. Hey, 4 down.
To throw, it's Wentz. He'll get this to Eckler. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this is incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. So glancing at these numbers, I think they tell a story of, hey, early on he got hot, he got their attention. They've been able to hone in on him, shut him down a bit.
He certainly did get their attention, and that's the ultimate compliment for a player, that when you come out in the second half, all of a sudden there's extra guys around you, there are different coverages rolled your way. That means you've done something really well. Now it's up to him to make his own adjustment and find a way to beat the new defenses he's facing.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Breeze now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deone Bucannon. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And it is incomplete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Wentz now on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Sheldon Rankins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Wentz to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Ready? You're waiting.
Breeze is looking to throw. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Breeze. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Breeze now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and now it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check 43.
Play action. Now Wentz. And this is caught by Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Wentz. It's a gain of nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, B, let's go. Let's get you.
Throwing his Wentz. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a play fake. Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Ready? 5-8. Mike, 45. You run.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Breeze going to throw here. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. It's up and it's good, so that'll mean the final deficit will tally out at 10. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for New Orleans, they're on a nice early roll at